Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom, and thanks so much for joining me today on my YouTube channel. Today we're... Oh, sorry, one sec, let me just... Sorry, that's better. There we go, now you guys can see. As I said, thanks so much for joining us today. We are reviewing software update 2022.4.5.5 here on our Tesla Model 3 performance here in Sydney, Australia. A very wet Sydney, but that won't stop us from reviewing this software update. Let's go through the release notes right now. Okay, so these are the notes for 2022.4.5.5. So this is a really interesting one. Cabin camera, let's go through it. Help Tesla improve the intelligence of features that rely on cabin camera by sharing analytics from your vehicle. When enabled, cabin camera data will be shared with Tesla if the vehicle experiences a safety critical event like a collision, or if cabin camera functionality requires diagnostics to perform. This data includes short cabin camera video clips to help us further develop future safety features and software enhancements such as collision avoidance updates. As usual, you can adjust your data sharing preferences by tapping Controls, Software, Data Sharing, Allow Cabin Camera Analytics. Note, cabin camera images and video clips will not be associated with your VIN to protect your privacy. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Controls, Software, scroll down. Data sharing. Let's press on that right now. So in the data sharing section, you can actually select yes or no to several things. The first one is external cameras. I don't mind Tesla collecting data for that, so I've got yes. The second one is the cabin camera, which we've just gone through before in the software update release notes, and it says, do you agree to allow us to collect this data? And it does say the cabin camera data will not be associated with your vehicle identification number, i.e. your VIN. So that's important to know, and you know what? I don't mind if Tesla takes my data. You guys are seeing what's happening anyway during our software update recording. So I don't mind Tesla also having that vision in case there is an incident on the road. They can make the driving experience better for all of us. The next one is real-time traffic navigation data for online routing, Autopilot and Summon, so I don't mind Tesla having that as well. And yeah, the last thing is to submit all that, so that's fine. So that is data sharing, and leave your thoughts in the comments section as to whether you'll be enabling the internal cabin camera in this software update. And I'm just going to show you real quick where the internal cabin camera is, and it is just up here above the rear view mirror. I'm just going to zoom in there so you can see. There it is there. So that is the internal cabin camera right there. It may not focus, I'll just come back a little bit. There we go. There it is, looking at us right now. Hello, Elon Musk. We're enjoying your cars, so thank you. Keep up the good work. And the rest of the release notes for 2022.4.5.5, regenerative braking in Autopilot, Autopilot improvements. We've gone through that already in a previous video, but we'll try that again on this drive after this. Car Colorizer, again, we've gone through that as well. You can change the color of your car right there. And save Dashcam clips. You can now save Dashcam clips quite quickly with a shortcut down here below. Alright everyone, that is the release notes for software update 2022.4.5.5 here in our Tesla Model 3 performance here in Sydney, Australia. Let's go for an Autopilot test drive. See you real soon. Alright, let's head up for a drive. Let me just adjust this screen for you guys so you can see better. There we go. Yeah, so this is an aftermarket accessory from Hancho, which I'll be going through very shortly, how we install this. As you can see, it's quite a useful accessory for software update videos, so I can show you guys the screen a bit better. All right, let's head out for an Autopilot test drive. Just going to head out, here we go. And yeah, the rain is making things very interesting for us here in Sydney. So I've got Waze on as well. I love Waze because it actually tells you where the potholes are. So I'm going to be super careful, and my tolerance today for taking Autopilot off is going to be very low because I don't want to hit a pothole if I see one. All right, so double tap the right stalk here to engage Autopilot, and I'm just going to put the follow distance quite far away because that way I can see the potholes, or at least have a better chance of seeing the potholes as opposed to my usual number 1. I'll go to number 6. I'm going to be extra careful. I really do not want to hit a pothole because that will just wreck the tires and wheels and undercarriage. There you go. There's our first pothole. So 380 meters. So let's see how good Waze is in picking potholes. It's pretty good normally. I've been having it on for the last week, just with all the rain we've had here in Sydney. 230 meters. So I strongly suggest if you care for your car, put Waze on, because the Tesla nav will not tell you whether there's a pothole or not. This is where the Waze comes in handy. Here we go. There it is there. Okay, I left autopilot on that time because it actually stuck to the right-hand side of the lane, which is good. But I'll have no qualms in taking it off if it wants to drive right through the pothole. So I hope you are nice and high and dry if you're watching this in Eastern Australia around this time of the filming of this video. It certainly has been very wet and rainy. And sometimes when it's really wet, you know, when visibility is poor, autopilot does automatically switch off just because the cameras are impeded. But yeah, otherwise, you know, in this light rain, autopilot works quite well. Now I know this bit on this Pacific Highway around, I think are we in Pimble? Or Taramara, something like that. And around here, the lane markings aren't great because they do change the lanes depending on the time of day. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I've just helped it a little bit by pushing the accelerator, but it was starting to wobble a bit just across that intersection with no lanes. But you see that in low speed traffic, it's pretty good. And now with that regen in autopilot setting, it doesn't do any more harsh braking. It actually uses regen quite well. So that's not a pothole, is it? No. Ooh, there's a little bit of a one here. No, that's okay. That's not too bad. So I'm on FSD package. So I'll point out which features as we go along that require that FSD package. So,
watch out, pothole on road ahead.
Oh, yeah, let's watch out for that pothole. So reactivity to traffic lights, that's it is FSD package. You'll see the traffic lights on the screen. Just take it off there, just avoid that one. That wasn't the pothole, by the way, that's just the little one. Oh, another one, okay, take it off. So you'll see the traffic lights even with basic autopilot on the screen, but it won't react to it. On FSD package, it'll slow down and stop on a red. And if you're the first car, it won't go on green. There's the pothole there. I'm just going to, avoid it. That's a huge one. Okay, so put it back on. That's where Waze comes in handy. Automatic lane change is also FSD package like this. Watch this. So it'll change lane automatically. Not such a big deal on, you know, what do you call it, on urban roads, but really useful on highway driving. You know, that way you don't have to take, you know, autopilot on and off all the time. And you know, that's one of the most common questions I get asked. I'll just avoid this drain here. That's one of the most common questions I get asked, whether it's worth that FSD package still, given it's not full functionality yet in Australia. You know, if I was going to do another one, if I was going to do a lot of highway driving, a lot of road trips, I would strongly consider it, because you know, having to take autopilot on and off for lane changing is a bit of a hassle. It's not a deal breaker, but certainly something I would strongly consider if I did a lot of highway driving. And you know, Tesla had that short-term EAP, or expanded, I think, or extended autopilot, they call it, and it was only half the price. They did that back in late 2020, where you could enable that for like half the price of full self-driving package, and that was quite good. And those of you who got it, I'm sure you're laughing all the way to the bank, so to speak, because it was such a good deal. Basically all the functionality of FSD. I just broke autopilot, then I just saw that pothole. But with that, you know, I guess one day if FSD beta does come to Australia eventually, you won't have that. But if you'd like driving the car without that level of automation, then you know, it's certainly worth that money that you paid. So on basic autopilot, you'll do this as well because you're not the second car, but just be careful if you're the first car at a traffic light, it won't stop at a red, so just be really careful. There'll be a bit of a message, but it won't stop. So just be really careful on that basic autopilot setting. Yeah, there's a pothole there. Waze didn't pick that one up.
Watch out, pothole on road ahead.
Another pothole. That's what, at least 4 or 5, right, with Waze, and I've counted 2 or 3 without Waze, just for my own eyes. And yeah, look, there's not much you can do, I guess, when the rain is that heavy. There's no point fixing them unless they're really quite bad. There was one really bad one the other day I saw on this road. But yeah, hopefully, you know, by the time this month ends, the rain would have stopped, and yeah, the council and the state roads would have fixed it all up. Yeah, that's a big pothole. Ooh, I'll just hang on to it, yeah. Hang on to the wheel there, but that was a big one. Yeah, because I've got it on number 6, it's actually keeping a distance from the car ahead. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether you guys leave in the comments there whether you'll be allowing that internal camera. And I know I posed that question on Twitter the other day, and a bit of a mixed bag. Some people are worried about the privacy issue. Some people don't care because, you know, it's helping us become safer in our cars, or helping the cars become safer. You know, I don't personally mind. I mean, I'm not doing anything too nefarious in the car, so it's not a big deal. But I can understand the privacy issue for sure. So, yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments there, and that might be it for us today, I guess. I'll keep driving on Pacific Highway and try to avoid those potholes in the rain here in Sydney. But if you've spotted anything else on the roads here using software update 2022.4.5.5, make sure you leave a comment as well. And yeah, I shall continue to keep testing future software updates, so don't forget to subscribe as well. Otherwise, take care of yourselves. I hope you're all staying high and dry in this weather, and I will see you at the next video. Otherwise, take care, and as always, happy charging.